What's up, guys? I said I was going to bring you guys a Japanese deck, and here it is. This is actually one of my favorites. It is my Persona build. Well, my first Persona build. It is a protagonist-centric deck, which is yellow-green. The other build I'm going to probably show you guys a little bit later on is my execution build. And if you guys don't know what that is, I'm pretty sure you can look it up pretty easily and find out how fun it is. But this is pretty fun too. A lot of this was based off of my original ideas, plus I got help from a friend on Facebook on modifying this. I'm going to modify it further once I get my execution deck ready, and I'll explain the modifications I'm going to put in once we get to that. Alright, we're going to go ahead and start with our zeros. 4 Nanako Vanillas. It's Nanako. Why not, man? Aside from it just being Nanako, there's also another advantage to running this mini. Big Brother U. These cards work together. Big Brother U's effect is, of course, is an assist for 500. But if this specific Nanako is on the field, it gains 1,000. So if you have this back here and this back here, she's 45. But this back here, she's 6,000. Makes her get rid of like pretty much every level 0, except for Suiciders, and a good amount of level 1s. We're gonna go ahead to some more Nanako. All the Nanako love in here. This one right here is, if she is the only, if there's one or less other characters on the field, she gains character encore in 1,000, making her 35. Pretty simple effect, and pretty easy to do. You can drop her down on first turn. You have something that's kind of hard to get rid of. Got a couple more level 0s. Yukiko Brainstorm. Pay 1, Brainstorm. For each climax you get to salvage one. Pretty simple, and pretty good for this deck. And I've got one Brainstorm. Aegis. Let's see if I can get her name right. Angel of Full Armaments Aegis. I think it's close. She's a Brainstorm. You pay 1, rest her, and when you do, for each climax you get, you take 1 card out of your clock zone, add it to hand, and then take the top card of your deck, put it in clock. Also, she has another effect. If she is the only card on the field, she gains plus 2,000, making her a 35 hitter. Now, the cards, some of the cards, especially the Yukiko and the Aegis I showed you, have come from the latest extra booster, which really helped this set out. Alright, we're going to go ahead to our level 1s. Pretty simple lineup for them. We've got 4 Special Kick Chie. These are some of the cards I might be taking out because I don't have enough copies for this in my execution deck. Her effect is when she reverses a character, you bounce it to memory. As soon as it goes reverse, memory. There's another card that comes with it, which I might be taking out as well because, again, I don't have enough copies for both decks. Virus. New character from Persona 4 Arena. Her effect is when she hits the field, she gains plus 1,500, making her 6,000 on the turn she's played. Other effect is a climax combo that works with this, which is a 2-soul. The combo is you pay 1 when she attacks, and you select 1 character on your opponent's side of the field and loses 4,000. Which makes it pretty easy for her to run over most things. Say, they're at level 2 already. It's a really annoying level 2. Such as, let's see, what was it called? Izuzu. The Izuzu card from Contact Collection. You're pretty sure they're going to be using that burn effect again. So you want to get rid of that. Drop her, climax combo. Reverse, memory. Done. Alright. I got some more zero. We got some more ones. Now, if I'm taking those 2 cards out, I'm definitely going to be adding more of this guy. Very hard card to come by. His effect is, actually he has 3 effects. One effect is, when he hits the field, select 1 card on the field and, select 1 card on the field. Next effect is, while the selected card is on the field, gains plus 2,000. 7k beater, just for having something on the field. Last effect is, I believe when that card leaves the field, send this card away. Be adding 3 more of these into the deck. Pretty good card. And we've got more Nanako Love. Her effect is she gives 500 for each assist character on the field. That's counting herself. Another effect is all you or protagonist characters cannot be affected by card effects. It's going to come in handy for a couple cards later on. Next, we're going to our 2s. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of this Yunarakami. Its effect is, when its climax, which is this one, is on the field, he gains this effect. Pay 1. When this card attacks, you may pay cost. It gains plus 3,000, and it gains the burn ability. It's pretty neat. And that's pretty much fine. Actually, that is my only attacker level 2. Because we have the level assist, which is also the anti-salvage. Give 2,000 to a character if someone salvages a card out of the waiting room. Or rather, adds a card from the waiting room to hand. There are other effects like Bond that work. I believe activate this ability. And we've got 2 backups. Now the level 3 game is where it gets a little exciting. Probably my favorite part of the deck. 3, Yu, and Izanagi. Its effect is, when it hits the field, actually I'll go in order. If there are 4 or less cards in your stock, gains plus 2,000. This card's also treated as protagonist in Izanagi, of course. A lot of the cards in here have that same effect. They get the protagonist's name and Yunarakami, or Yu. So for cards that came out before them, so that you can still use them in the deck. Alright, I digress. The last effect is, when it hits the field, choose up to 3 cards from the top of your deck, select 1, add it to hand, drop the rest to the waiting room. This card is really good for one reason, and I'll get to it after I get to... Actually, I'll go ahead and get to it now. Skip ahead. This card. This level 2 event. Persona. Pay 2. Play this card from your hand. That's it. At level 2, you have this and this in your hand. Play that. Bring it out. And you have an 11-5 beater on the field at level 2. And they can't really do that much about it. Oh, and also, the effect for the stock lasts during both of your turns. So, it's 11-5 pretty much all the time in this deck. And it's pretty mean. And we've got another main card in the deck. Shadow Iris, or Shabris. When she hits the field, she heals. I pretty much put her in there for that first. But then I started looking at her MS combo, which is with this. What happens is, you pay 1. If this card reverses a card, shoot at the clock. There's cards, especially in Contact Collection, that now do this. One of my favorite effects. Contact Collection and on Project Diva. I'm sorry. They both have cards like this, and I'm sure there's other decks that have it as well. But those are two I can think of on the top of my head that have it. Pretty mean card to use on someone. Well, it's actually, I think it's a little bit better than the one Project Diva, because that's a climb. Well, actually they're both climax combos. Ignore me. We're going to go ahead and move on to the last level 3. This one, I cannot remember his name. Anyway, his effect is, of course, heal. And also, he has the name change effect. He's also named protagonist, whatever the rest of his name is. But this effect is pretty neat as well. When it reverses a card, you can pay 1, search your deck for a magic character or a character with Nanako in its name. Remember that Nanako I told you earlier we're going to worry about? You can grab her out of the deck and play it down next turn to make sure this and your other U, level 3, are safe for a while. Or you can grab the other copy of him, play it down, heal. Because I've played against a couple of decks that, such one Vivid Red, that likes to put your cards on the bottom of the deck. Put it on the bottom of the deck, attack, reverse the character, get it right back off the top, heal. Didn't mean to throw it, but heal. And we're going to the climaxes. 3 P1 Grand Prix, the one that combos with the level 2 U. Got 2 Asterius Appears, which works with Shabris. And 3 Labrys's Anger, which works with the level 1. Now, the changes I was going to make. I was going to add in a couple more level 1 U's to replace the ones that work with this. Add more of these, so it's going to look like that. And add more of these, make it look like that. Which is pretty simple. Later, I'm actually going to show you maybe a progress report on my execution deck and progress report on the other project I'm working on. Which one of those get finished soon? Well, that's all up in the air. But until then, see you guys later.